going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today got a very exciting install. That's been something I've been trying to do for years now, but I am finally able to do it because we got the STI seats here, which I picked up for a super good deal. These are the leather and Alcantara. Very nice. These are pretty good condition. I mean, there are some, little defects here and there. I'm hoping I can restore that with some products. But yeah, we got the front and rear seats that will be going into my Impreza today. And as some of you may know, these seats are a direct bolt on inside the Crosstrek and Impreza, and also 15 plus WRX. So yeah, this is definitely gonna change up the car a lot, because the interior normally pretty boring. It's just black cloth seats, and yeah, it doesn't really add much to the interior. But now, since we're gonna have this nice red accent and everything, I think it'll look pretty good. So based on what I've seen, the install is actually pretty easy. I'm gonna first start off by taking out my stock front seats here and cleaning up everything underneath, because I've actually never really vacuumed under there. So this is the perfect time to do that. Now definitely the first step, since we're gonna be messing with airbag wiring and all that, is to disconnect the negative terminal on your battery, just as a safety precaution. So I will go ahead and do that now. So I'm going to start off by removing my passenger seat first. So there are two screw covers you have to take off. There are tabs right in the center there. You press on them and then it should come right out. So after taking those two covers off right here, you'll be exposed to two 14mm bolts. So you just have to unbolt those. So after you crack those open, they might be on kind of tight. Come up to the front, incline your seat all the way back. So after taking off the two bolts in the back, push the seat all the way back and do the same up front. Get these two bolts off, and then I will show you guys how to disconnect the wiring underneath. And as you can tell, lighting kind of sucks back here, so it's really tough to film. So I'll try my best to give a good guide so that you guys can do this yourself at home. Alright, so after breaking those bolts loose, you should be able to just pull the seat back. You should be very careful and expose the wiring underneath. So you're gonna have a couple things here. The yellow is the airbag stuff. You have heated seats. So pretty much just disconnect everything you can. Now there is this zip tie bracket thing that apparently is hard to get off, so you can probably cut this and just re-zip tie it on the new seats, but that's up to you. But yeah, disconnect airbag thing. Should come right out like that. Sorry, this angle really sucks. But yeah, just take off all the connectors down here and they should go right back to where they are on the new seats. So all that removed, now we can actually take it out. Just recline the seat back and then turn on its side and it should come off. There we go. One seat out. So now the seat's out, got plenty of space to vacuum and do all that stuff. Anything you've dropped under here, you can now get. I'm gonna do the same on the front. I'm just gonna vacuum the front first and all around. Then we're gonna move on to the back. So I vacuumed everything. I actually already took out the rear seat. It's actually really easy. I'll show you guys. Pretty much back here. So all I have to do is pull on this little tab down here and this will release the hook. There are two on each side. And you can see the seat will hook in back here as well. So what you do is you press down on this side, pull this little tab, and it should come right out, and your seat belts just feed right through. So super easy to do. So now to take out the top of the back seat, you're gonna have to put them down first, move out any carpet or protective mats and everything, and you'll see this area here, these four holes, that is where these tabs go. So you just have to pop these out. They come right off. It's this style of push clip. So pop those out. And then back here, you will see we have a bolt right there. That is a 12mm. There's one there, and there was also one once we lift this back up. So let's go loosen those. So after you got that bolt off, you can push the seat up, and then you will see the other bolt down here, also a 12. At this point, you should be able just to push it and pull it out. Don't forget there's like a little stud sticking out in the back there, so lift that off of there and you can kind of just push it and pull. You can see it has this little tab or whatever that goes into the car. That's how it rotates, and there's another one on that side, so you have to unlock that and you can just pull the whole seat out. See, it comes out just as the whole thing. There's another bracket connecting this part of the seat onto the other, so you gotta be careful. Might help to take out the headrest too. But rear seat out. So depending on the seats you got, you may or may not have the bolts already connected for this bracket back here. This goes on the back of this seat, which is what keeps them together, but mine doesn't have that. So therefore, I will have to transfer this over from my stock seat. As you can see, I got the 2 bolts here on my stock seat. So I'm gonna transfer that over. I'm thinking it's gonna be easier to just put one side in at a time. So that's what I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna put those bolts in for the second part. So let's go ahead and put the seat in. I'm also planning to restore and clean these seats as well, but I think it'd be easier if the rears were in, just because it's a little more loose and there's not really a base for it to stand on, whereas these I can just clean them from the outside of the car. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw these on. So to note, before we put the seat in, there are those little tabs sticking out of the seat, and those go into these holes right here. So you can see there's a little notch on the bottom, so if the seats are laid flat, it should just slide right in there. So I'm gonna get this side on first. Careful of all the little metal brackets. Don't want it to scratch or damage anything. Yeah. We have to maneuver in here. There's also that stud for this bracket as well, placed on the Impreza. In right there. And it'll be in right here. Perfect. Keep note, there's also another notch on the other side. It's the same principle. This is probably the point where I can attach this bracket onto the new seat. Seats on the car, but I need to attach it. There you go. Once it's all attached, it's going to be a little bit better. But get that notch installed and install these bolts on the side if you need to. Nice. Look at that. But of course, before we put on the bench seat, you're gonna have to put those bolts back on in the center. So let me do that real quick. Seat is now fully installed. So, sure everything works, we can now install the bench seat on the bottom. So we're gonna put on the rear bench now, and it helps to know how it goes. So you see these hooks up top here? Here's one right there. That will hook onto this right here. It's kind of underneath there. You can see it right there. So you would have to get this part in first, and then these down here will just snap right in to that. Yeah, let's go ahead and put it on. It should just go in nicely. Also, your seat belts will feed through, of course. So maybe you have to do that first to get it started. So if you push down, slide in, it should be on that hook. So I'm gonna do the same on the other side. So I'm gonna push down, slide it under, and then it should be caught on that hook. All you gotta do now is just press it. Actually, all you gotta do is release it, push down, should be connected. I don't think you actually press it. You might have to actually pull that tab out first and then push it down. Cool, now the seats are in and it looks pretty good, guys. Wish I had better lighting, but like, yeah. leather seats. So of course you can go ahead and put them back down and pull in those clips you took off earlier. And I'm actually gonna clean this last. I'm gonna do the front seats first while they're out of the car. So yeah, I'm gonna put the clips back on and go into cleaning and reconditioning the leather and Alcantara on the seats. So here's what I'm gonna use today to get the seats looking brand new again, or at least as close as I can to it. Got some microfiber pads and applicators right here. This is the Sonax upholstery Alcantara cleaner. I have their brush as well. Then I have the Chemical Guys leather cleaner and conditioner. Hopefully this gets everything looking nice again. But first things first, after taking off all this junk on here, I'm gonna vacuum any loose dirt and all that on each seat, and then we can go ahead and get to restoring them with those products. Even just a quick vacuum looks a lot better already. But now, since we got all the loose dirt vacuumed up, we are going to clean the Alcantara in the center here using the Sonax cleaner. Hopefully it turns out okay. Now these seats weren't really that bad to begin with, but after using the cleaner, well, for one, smells super nice, and I don't know guys, it feels a little softer, I guess. I mean, it's my first time with Alcantara or anything, so who knows what it's really supposed to feel like, but yeah, I mean, I could say it looks pretty good. I'm just gonna do this whole seat, so I'm gonna clean the leather now. I think it's not even real leather, but I'm gonna clean the leather surfaces on this seat and do the conditioning with the Chemical Guys products, and then I would just repeat the same on the other seat. Might be hard to show on camera, but it is quite dirty, I guess, from sitting around in the shop. But here's the Chemical Guys leather cleaner. Hopefully this stuff does the trick. That cleaner actually works really well, and man, that looks really good. I mean, they weren't that bad to begin with, but now I'm gonna apply the little dressing or whatever it's called, conditioner. Hopefully it kind of enhances everything, so we'll see what happens. So you might be able to tell, but the seat I just finished cleaning, the leather is a lot darker, more defined. The seat untreated is more light. Everything's faded and dry, but now this actually looks really good. I just wiped down all the conditioner dry to make sure I'm like it too crazy. And holy crap, guys, that's a pretty good looking seat. But I'm also going to do the headrest as well, and also the driver's seat. So after that, we'll be putting it back in the car. So let's just cut right to that. So installation is pretty much the reversal of the removal. So that makes the install complete. Full STI, well, not full interior, but the STI seats installed onto my car. So the lighting sucks, but everything bolts on just fine. Make sure you get those bolts pretty tight. Plug in everything on the bottom, check for airbag lights and whatnot. Got the back seats as well. I would say this was a pretty easy install. I think the hardest part was just cleaning everything. That takes some time if you want to get it right. But yeah, everything looks good, guys. I'm definitely very stoked to finally have some leather seats in this car. And something that's a little bit more sportier and have some more support on the side than the stock seats. Definitely something that is very worthwhile if you guys can find a good deal on the seats. I think that will wrap up today's install, guys. Definitely very easy to do. Highly recommended if you're tired of your stock seats. I mean, I wanted some bucket seats, but I figured let's just go for an OEM plus kind of look. That's my daily, so I'm trying to be safe and retain everything. Anyway, guys, I was hoping to be more in depth with this install, but honestly, it's really not that hard. It's just really hard to get camera in a good spot when your lighting sucks. So that's something I'm trying to work on here. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at will.kgfx. Check out Katana Style if you're watching this video right now. Until the new year, we are having the biggest sale of the year. Everything is half off on the site, so definitely check that out. We are getting ready to do apparel here, so just want to see if we can get some more sales and some stickers, and then we will go ahead and start making hoodies and hats. As you can see, I'm wearing wearing this prototype Katana Style hat just to test fit the design. I mean, if you guys are interested, definitely let me know. But yeah, with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.